Treat your cardboard box with care. Take care of the box, and it'll take care of you. Don't think of it as just another box. Treat it with love. Don't be rough, okay?
Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast, episode 4. With me today is Miggy.
Hello.
And Will.
Hey, what's up?
And, wow, I have a long day. How was your days, guys?
It's Monday. It's Monday. That's all I can say. Like,
That's true, it's Monday. Like, we kind of pushed it up to, we usually do it on a Saturday. But, you know, schedules change but since
basically each day, my week is like Monday day 1, Monday day 2, Monday day 3, Monday day 4, Friday, Saturday, and then it's pre-Monday. You know.
That's true. No, but good thing we can do episode 4 because we release the new episodes every Tuesday and all that much. So it's good that we're doing it on Mondays. We have a lot to talk about. But it's mostly, we're kind of getting away from the GTA feel already. That's what I'm trying to feel. Like,
have you guys all finished it already? You guys are all done?
yeah, I'm done. I'm not sure. I think he's done.
I'm
still
still
done.
But yeah,
You're hell done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What have you guys been playing this week?
GTA
what I've been
5.
playing, I've been trying to play GTA 5. That's the word. I've been trying to play it. Not the single player, but the online. Because it came out last week, the online, and fantastic work from Rockstar for making the game unplayable for like the first 2 days. And then the fourth day making it bearable, but still not smooth as hell. I think you can back me up on this mix, even though you're in PS3, because it's horrible in XP.
Oh, we have the patch too, because it's PS3, right?
Actually, it's not about the patch, because the patch came out like last Saturday, Sunday, and
No, but like the Xbox One didn't have it, right?
no, we got it eventually. We got it like a day
okay.
after, and I don't see a difference. But yeah, I can't really comment on the Grand Theft Auto online experience because half of my experience, or maybe 80% of my experience, is pretty much seeing the error screen half the time. So I don't know how I got the patience to do it like 3 days in a row, trying to make that thing work. But I guess it's just Rockstar did not at all realize.
Estimated.
They're like, oh my god, we did so well. We should have opened more doors more online or something.
Well, I mean, that's actually been a recurring issue, though, in most online games lately. Like, Diablo had the same problem.
Yeah.
SimCity had the same problem.
Well, can you say SimCity? Did they had a big, big...
Well, SimCity was horrible. Like,
They had like a week's worth of no logins or...
Yeah, it's so weird.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, it's weird that I never thought that there was a player base that high for SimCity. To the point
Well, I think it was partly because there hasn't been a SimCity in such a long time. And, there's actually a pretty stable community that was around SimCity 4, which was the last one before the current one.
Yeah.
Big modding community and things like that. So, a new one was announced after how many years. People got excited for it.
Well, you mentioned that, I don't know, like, a couple of episodes ago, or maybe before we recorded, that it was horrible, and then I was kind of interested in it. Kind of talked me into it, but they're talking about an offline version of that, so will that entice you to come back? Fair
That's one thing that might, but overall there's still a lot of problems with that game that need to be addressed, so even that wouldn't be enticing me. But if you put it, say, to like Diablo, and say like, oh, we're gonna release Diablo 3 offline, you can play it, you don't have to be online to play it. That's a big plus for me, right there.
Yeah, actually, I was really tempted to buy the console version, and then I actually asked a friend to help talk me out of it. Because I played the game for like how many hours, and the controls when I played the demo felt so good that I really wanted to get into it. But then my friend just told me like, okay, then you just have to realize you're gonna have to grind 150 out again from where you were at the PC version, because that's a long grind. And yeah, I don't think I can do that again. But definitely Diablo 3, the console version, it's very tempting. It's really good controls. It's really good. I really like it. The roll's dumb, but
getting back to Grand Theft Auto Online though, like I'm feeling Rockstar is probably gonna sort this out eventually, but the danger is that people are gonna, first impressions and all that, right? So people might jump into it again, and the appeal might not be so really there anymore because like, oh man, like I had such a bad time when I tried to do this.
Well, that's where I am now. Like I have the excitement I had for online is completely gone, and now I'm jumping on different because I'm not sure if you went to those kind of feelings where you kind of want to play this game so much but you can't. There's something stopping you, and you're wasting your time. You're playing different games every now and then because you're pretty much wasting your time. You're free time playing or doing whatever. So eventually my interest went away and I just found something else, like for example the Battlefield 4 or like any other game. Like even if they fixed it now, I don't think I have nothing anymore to it. I have no more attachment. I have no more hype, and it's not only one error. It's a multiple problems too. It's not like you can't log in. But if you do
it's like you'll log in and then you'll basically just be stuck in one place, unable to move, right?
Yeah, you'll be stuck in one place. You'll be stuck in the free roam, and if you want to go to a job, you get an error, and then they boot you out of the online and you go back to single player. So technically, that's you going online, loading to the online screen, going to free room, getting a job, getting kicked out, loading to the single player, and if you want to play again, you have to go to another loading screen, and then get an error, and then you have to decide if you want to do it again. That's pretty much Grand Theft Auto Online for me so far.
Also, you haven't actually been able to play online yet.
I was able to play online, but that's in a span of a week. I got 9 levels. I don't think it would take me 9, a whole. Well, not even a week. Well, it's gonna be a week soon. Let's say maybe 6 days to get to level 10. That's just horrible.
Assuming your character is still there.
Yeah, that's also another problem.
What happened to me is I've lost 2 characters already. I reached, I think,
how high level?
I made my first character before the patch. Got to the first race tutorial, then...
Oh, that didn't want to work for me.
Yeah, that didn't work for me either, but then they released the patch. I had to make another character. Then I played around, I had fun with it. I played with a few friends. I got to level 7, and then I lost my character the next day. I lost my...
What's the problem? Is it because I think it's only a PSD version. Because the Xbox 360, I don't see the problem, and I don't see any reports about the 360 version for that.
I've heard reports though of that. What makes it saying that your characters disappear or whatever. So
yeah, my character disappears, but the money I put in my ATM, the bank, is still there. And
that's shared across characters. I didn't know that. You think?
I think some of my mission stats are still there, but my character is just gone. Even the cash that my character had in their wallet, which is sad because I just did a job that gave me $9,000. Then I got kicked out of the game. Then my character disappeared.
Yeah, and did Rockstar mention if they're gonna relist or they're gonna roll back your characters? Is there any?
No, they haven't said anything yet.
Of course, they didn't say anything. They'll never say anything. But yeah, I really can't. For online, I can't say it's a bad game. I can't say it's a bad mode because I really don't have full grasp.
It just has a bad start.
It has a horrible start.
Horrible start.
If I compare it with Diablo 3, at least Diablo 3, you could never go in. You just don't go in. You can't. But this one, you go in,
you lose your character. You lose your progress.
You get bits of it. You get disconnects. It's it disconnects you from the whole experience. Among all my game time so far online is way smaller compared to how much time I've seen the loading screen and the errors.
Same for me.
It's I don't even know why. I don't even know why I put up with it. I kept on trying. I kept on doing it because it felt fun. It really felt fun. I don't know what else I guess I'll go back after 2 weeks, maybe.
That's what I'm planning.
Yeah,
We'll just
so I'm
go
just playing
back to
other
it.
things. But actually, I want to finish the single player right for GTA 5. Did the 100%. I don't know where else to go. I have no more like letters to go to.
Just go find the aliens.
I don't even know where that is
It's
either.
just one. There are like 2 other spaceships flying around the city.
I love the in Mount Chiliad. It's the highest top in the game. There's a little teaser in the bench or in the
Oh yeah, come back once your story is complete.
Yeah.
Scribbled on the ledge with the telescopes.
Yeah. Actually, I went there like maybe give or take 50% during my playthrough, and like I was excited. Like, oh shit! After the main story is over, I went back there. Okay, nothing happened, so I'm just assuming that by 100% there's something will happen or something. But I want to do that little teaser, see what happens. There's also a little script, like a symbol.
There's a drawing underneath, yeah.
Yeah, like a red thing. But yeah,
I also found another drawing of an alien spaceship on the side of the mountain when I was just ragdolling down.
aliens. There's aliens somewhere.
Aliens everywhere.
Alien pieces and alien whatever. But yeah, GTA Online, good for whoever is playing it right now. We feel you, whoever's not.
Bad, bad for everyone else.
Yeah, GTA. I'm gonna move on with GTA. GTA is done for me. I'm gonna put it aside. Like, hopefully, I don't know. We'll talk about it maybe when we start playing it again. But let's put it aside. I think it's
Yeah,
GTA's
when
been around for like,
when the online is fixed.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
online.
definitely probably revisit it once it's, maybe give it a couple more months to smooth it out. Hopefully they'll fix it by then. We'll see.
Yeah. What about you, Will? You wanna?
What if I
Cycling ourselves out of GTA. I wanna get out of that already.
Oh, well, I mean, one of the bigger things, and this is, we probably should get it out of the way, rest in peace, Tom Clancy. He recently passed away at 66, and, I mean, that guy, no one wrote, political thrillers like he did. Like, there's a million other guys trying to write similar stories, but no one ever came close to how he did it. And,
What was his company again? The one that he started, the game company that pretty much started everything with Tom Clancy? It was called Red Storm Studio, which pretty much, I think it was, it did a lot of weird games during its time with the first one, like The Hunt for Red October. That's one of his novels.
And film, one of my favorite films actually, with Sean Connery.
Yeah. And then he also made a game out of one of his novels too, like Politica, which I remember seeing that way back. But it was so long ago that I did not understand whatsoever. It looked like a Civ version in a Civ game. If you remember that. Did anybody play that? Politica?
I didn't. Not me.
No. I actually don't remember it. I mean, obviously, Tom Clancy is best known for his Rainbow Six and his,
Yeah, that's after like the whole Politica thing.
Yeah,
and Rainbow
and
Six
Ghost
came out.
Recon. And then, they stopped, and Splinter Cell, of course, and I think, there's another one.
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon. There was a flying one, the Ace Combat kind of type one, Hawks, I think.
Hawks.
Also Tom Clancy.
Oh yeah, Hawks.
But I never played Hawks. Was Hawks?
Me neither,
It
actually.
was
I played
okay. I played a bit of it on PC. I think it was okay. It's very arcadey.
It's very arcadey.
Controls.
Ace Combat arcadey? Oh, control.
Yeah, it's Ace Combat arcadey.
Yeah. Rainbow Six. I don't remember playing that. I remember seeing it like when my brother was playing it like way back. But I never got into it, even in the newer ones. Like the only time I went to actually a Tom Clancy game was the first Ghost Recon, which I did not finish because I was a kid. I was just shoot, whatever. But Splinter Cell, the first one, the one where you actually have to hang in between the corridors.
Yeah.
That's the first Splinter Cell game, or the one I've ever finished. And I think that's the time when I hated. That's when I found out that I did not do good with stealth games.
Do you guys know if Tom Clancy himself had any real say in a lot of those products, or was it just he just licensed his name out to them?
I think it's a business thing. I think it's just a license, from what I know.
because I'm thinking, like, now that he's passed away, like, do you think we'll see any kind of major change in the storyline of a lot of these games? Are they still going to continue using Tom Clancy as a brand, basically, or?
No, I think in Tom Clancy in general, it's a brand in itself, so it's pretty much like a business. So it's going to be there. Whoever will take care of it in the end will depend on that. But in terms of new content, new worlds, it won't be the Tom Clancy feel. Because it's not him writing it, unless they use other novels that he hasn't used.
I'm sure he's got plenty of that, yeah. Not to mention, like, I'm pretty sure this is not the end of his Jack Ryan series. I'm sure maybe other authors will pick it up and try to go with it, or I don't know if he has a son or something who might pick it up. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure this is not the end of Jack Ryan.
Oh,
I hope it's not, because his books are just great. I think it's one of the few books I enjoy reading cover to cover, and they're very intriguing. Although I feel like his heyday was really during the Cold War era when the Russians were still all the bad guys. Now it's
There's kind of like a formula for Tom Clancy, right? How he writes it, because just like in his games,
American macho men versus Russians.
A little bit of spice of smartness into it. So becomes pretty cool. But the latest one, The Division, that's the one game, Tom Clancy's Division, that's the one game I got super excited for E3 like this year. It was from Ubisoft.
Yeah, that looked really cool, especially with the integration with the Windows Phone. Like, I think there was an app, like one guy during the demo, he controlled a little radio-controlled drone using his phone.
Yeah, he technically played the support role in that fight. Like, he just pretty much he marked the targets, and then I'm not sure if he did some like support of like throw a missile or anything, but it's definitely cool to the point that you can actually, like, someone who's not playing, or I don't know, somewhere else, like, you can just jump in, do some crazy stuff to help your team, and then just like, move out. Or I wish that whole tablet thing, I can actually go to someone else's game, mess him up, and then leave. Because I want to do that. It's a good support / troll role. Like, you can mark the enemies for the enemies. Mark the players for the enemies or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But the Division, like, it's coming for all platforms, I think, except the Wii U, of course. I'm sorry. I got really excited for that game. Like, the one when I don't know why. When I saw the player move from the police car from one end to the other, and he closed the door on the police car. And for me, it's like, is that going to be more dynamic, where he actually can do shit, whatever's around him? Because that's pretty cool for me. But yeah, Tom Clancy. What else do we have?
We can, what time is it? Well, yeah.
What are you playing?
Me, I picked up some new DS game, 3DS stuff. I got the new Etrian Odyssey Untold. It's actually a remake of the first one, which was on the Nintendo DS. But obviously it's got the 3D in it now, and now there's actually a story mode. If you've never played the first one, it's basically you make your party, you go in a dungeon and kill stuff. That sort of old school RPG kind of. Like, if you've ever played the old Might and Magic games, it's kind of like that.
I love Might and Magic.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a story there, but like your characters were all your own characters. So now this one has the classic mode, which is basically the remake, straight remake from the old one, and then there's a new story mode which introduces like characters that have backstory and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I haven't played it too much yet. I just got through like the first dungeon. But it's pretty fun. The 3D, it's not, well, it's there. I guess that's all I can say.
The 3D is always there. Like, if you want to touch it,
but it's not exactly.
It's there, but it's off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there, but it's 2DS.
Where it's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. Yeah. But actually, now that you mentioned like Might and Magic, in Xbox Live, like, how they're doing the whole games with gold,
yep.
where members get
Where they're
games.
doing PS Plus.
Yeah, like they're not doing it really well, but it's the first year, it's fine. But this month it came. They gave all gold members Heroes of Might and Magic. My game's on actually right now.
Heroes of Might and Magic, really.
Yeah, it's pretty much not really heroes per se. Like the whole Might and Magic thing. It's more like of a strategy-ish game where you have a group of allies and enemies on the other side. And what you do is you pretty much pick a unit in the battlefield and put it on another line of units. And if you can match up in the same color with 3 units, then
Oh wait, are you talking about Might and Magic Clash of Heroes?
yeah, Clash of Heroes.
Oh, there. I like that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
that's
Wait,
also on
this
the
is Heroes
PS.
of Might and Magic?
No, that's technically Heroes of Might and Magic still, because everything else because it's still Heroes, but just the gameplay is still different. You know what I mean?
It's like
It's
Tetris Attack or something.
Yeah, it's like Tetris Attack, and it's actually pretty fun. You still have to go from one point after the other, get gold, get gems, get Might and Magic style.
It's a puzzle combat game.
Yeah, and then you go to stores, you buy a Griffin, you buy a Druid, so you can have units and all that crap. And it's actually pretty fun. It's free for I think the first half of October, and I didn't even know this game actually existed. So I'm actually happy with that. But one thing that kind of alarmed me was the fact that this whole games with gold thing, in terms of people in the Philippines, so far they only released 2 games that I actually can download because everything else is actually region locked.
Region lock.
Mm.
Like this one's the first one. Clash of Heroes is the first one. The second one. The first one was actually Defense Grid, a game 4 years ago, I think. It's like a tower defense game, Xbox arcade title. I couldn't download Rainbow Six.
Yeah, I remember I was trying to
Dead
download
Rising.
the Dead Rising 2's Case Zero,
I
and
wanted to download it so
it
bad
It didn't let me because of the region lock.
because I'm in Southeast Asia.
and I have a Region 1 Xbox too, and it still didn't let me download.
Yeah, it's like they know where you are. And
Checks
they
your
say,
ISP. Oh, that's not
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, you're not from America. You can't get this. So
Yeah.
fuck.
Well, in any case, I have a feeling region lock's going away. I mean, it's slowly fading out of popularity. Like, I think the next-gen systems are going to be region-free, aren't they? Well, maybe not the Xbox, but the PS4 probably will be.
PS4 they're saying it's region lock. It's region free. Sorry, but
Yep.
some are saying it's actually region locked. I don't think it's clear yet. I think
Maybe-
they're getting confused.
Maybe it'll be just like the PS3, where there's
might be just the
regions,
PS3.
but it's not locked.
Yeah, that's probably the what I'm thinking also. And actually, the majority of Xbox 360 games aren't region locked either. I think there's not a lot. I think it's only really an issue of regard to the DLC that's available.
Yeah, I don't even think they can. I don't think they can take away region lock. I think the regions per se,
Mm.
the locking maybe they can remove, but I think it's required for products in general just to have like a region.
For some regions, I think it's required, like Europe
Like-
and Australia.
But I don't understand why there's still PAL. I don't understand with that. It's like having a universal chord and just having a flat chord. I don't know why can't we all have the same fucking outlet.
We heard.
Like, I don't know why there's
world.
PAL. I don't know why there's NTSC. Well, I don't get why there's NTSC.
Oh,
but-
NTSC, PAL, and stuff like that. Yeah. That's
Yeah. Like why PAL? Like when we get PAL, it's black and white. I mean,
basically, you have to blame the Americans for that. It's sort of the same reason why we have VHS and Betamax and that sort of stuff.
oh well, yeah, that's true.
Because actually, PAL is a slightly higher resolution than NTSC, but from what I understood, the U.S. refused to change because they're still using the imperial system, and and they even Betamax was supposed to be a superior format, but VHS was the one of choice. So it's just issues like that.
And some weird issues. But yeah, games with gold. I'm kind of enjoying the free game. I have a feeling the second half will be Halo 3. I really hate the games they're giving away. The games with gold, and this games with gold is actually not a yearly thing. It might go away on December. Not like for
Well, yeah, I mean, once the Xbox One comes out, we're probably going to start seeing a lot of these promotions slowly fade away until they're,
No, just to help the hype of Xbox One, because I've checked, like, they didn't mention, like directly mention that this feature will go away in December. But if you read all the description they had about Teams with Gold, it says a little, like, I don't know, a really small text saying that this promotion will only last until December 31. So they don't want to mention that out. They want to put it out there, but I think that's their contract for the games, like, until December 31. They actually do the shit. And I think they're just testing the waters. It's like people like it. Well, obviously people like it, but I don't think people care because they're just releasing really old games to the point that, I don't know, maybe 10% will enjoy it out of their whole player base. That's a free game. It's a free game, I guess. But yeah, did we all play Battlefield 4? Anybody?
Yeah, I got into the early access, so I was able to play. For those who don't know, their Battlefield 4 is in beta right now. I think open beta is on now, right? Like,
yeah, it's already out.
Open
it came
for everyone.
out last Saturday.
Okay. So there's basically just one map right now, which is Shanghai, Siege of Shanghai, I think.
Yes.
One awesome map, though.
Siege of Levolution. Siege of
Levolution.
Have you seen the building collapse? Yeah.
Did you see the building collapse? I was on the building at one point.
You know what? I have yet to see the building bloody collapse. Like, I've been.
Oh, really?
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Each of my matches, the building does not last.
Oh my!
Like I said, the one match.
Both sides make an effort to just blow it up the first thing they do.
Let's see if
it seems like it, because I remember I was riding a tank and we saw the skyscraper from afar. He was just shooting the foundations of the building, and that's all he was doing. It looks like he just went. It looks like he just went to the bait and like, I want this thing to fall. That's what it looked like. But it's really cool. Like, I thought it was scripted, but no, if you do enough damage or if you do something, it will fall.
Yeah, it does fall.
That's
you could be stuck on the skyscraper as it falls, which is really nuts.
I know. I was in the first floor, and I didn't even know people were hitting it, and I just like, all of a sudden I just see myself dead, and I see the whole thing crumble. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm dead, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
I found
I don't know.
There's a few things that I needed to get used to again, like the new loadout screen and how to customize
the new HUD. Yeah,
the new HUD took a little bit of some time to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
I like it better than Battlefield 3's already, to be honest.
In what sense?
That you can see the point of view of the squad mate you're choosing to spawn on.
Oh no, yeah, that's a pretty.
Yeah, that is a great feature actually. So you can kind of see what's going on. It's like, okay, he's gonna die in 5 seconds. I'm not.
Or like, I need to save his ass. He's being shot.
No, that's true, because I remember in Battlefield 3, like, there's someone walking around A. And when I go into that, like he's surrounded by men.
Yeah, he's like just like camping a plane or some shit. You know?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, there's no cars here. How am I gonna get all the way there now?
Yeah, you pour on the one guy, he was camping a plane, he got into the plane, and the plane's only like one seat, so like he leaves you. Fantastic. But I really like that new feature where you can actually see it. Cause it helped me like a lot. Like I checked this one squad member, he was taking heavy fire. I said, fuck it, sorry. I went to the other guy, he was gonna get a chopper, and I'm game with that, so we went there, we did all that crap. I haven't tried the helicopters yet.
Have you guys had a chance to play, try commander mode?
Not yet.
I don't think it's on. I don't think it's.
Oh, it's not on yet. Okay. I mean,
I tried. Like, I wanted to like redirect everybody to.
Yeah,
their
because listen, from Battlefield 2, it was a really handy feature. Like you can and I think now with how you can see what the soldiers are seeing, it's going to be much more easier for the commander to kind of direct the.
I never experienced commander. Is it really like you have full control of how to direct your men, the units in the battlefield, or?
No, it's basically you're giving them orders. So like if you say, yo, go here and take this point, and they go off somewhere else, well,
well, fuck you for not listening to me.
But if they go and take your point, they will get additional points at the end.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So
what's really cool about it
pays off to listen to your commander, even if he's a total moron. And I think they come back some special abilities, like, well, at least in Battlefield 2, you could call in artillery strikes and
That's what I
UAV recon. So I'm guessing those kind of features will be available here as well.
You're a human kill streak in a sense.
And the commander also gets points. Like the commander gains points by his orders being followed, basically. So it's in his best interest to give orders which can be accomplished, and not like, all right, just kill them at can't.
Well, to be honest,
kill their
it was like
and shit like.
Commander is actually pretty cool because 32 players against 32 players is chaotic.
Yeah.
Like 1 point, you see people. You see like in the minimap, you see ants scattering around, and then
They're playing Call of Duty in Battlefield.
in Battlefield, yeah. And like I think Commander World's perfect because people need direction when it comes to that many people already.
Yeah.
But I think
crazy.
the fact that like the fact that there's persistent stats helps people kind of motivate themselves to kind of do what's they're supposed to be doing.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, and the map's big. Hopefully, I wish that's not the biggest map in the game.
I doubt it. Like maybe because like the biggest map in Battlefield 3 was the demo map as well. So I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, you're right. Was it the demo map? Because I remember the demo map was the Metro.
No, was it Metro? It was the
Well, for me.
Oh, it wasn't for me. It was the I forgot the name. It's the one with the windmills. It's very
Giant Caspian.
Yeah, Caspian Border. That was the one.
There you go. Yeah, I love that map. I don't know. It looks pretty big because I think when I was doing Domination or Conquest, I think it was Conquest. The points, that was like around 5 points to cover or 6.
Yeah,
That's a lot. And I love it how people still have the same style when we're playing Battlefield. Like we have like maybe 5 people in the helicopter, and all we do is like go from point to point. And since we're all in the same helicopter, when we go to the capture point, it's like 5 people are on the capture point. So we capture it really fast, and when we're done, we go to the next point.
Yeah,
like we're not killing anybody. We're just picking up shit.
Another like thing that kind of amazed me is like the map is big, but it's also very vertically high.
Dude, elevators.
Yeah, exactly. There are elevators.
Innovation.
And actually, it's like a sniper's heaven there. You know, like you'll pick a freaking building up there, just set yourself down and snipe away from the top, and no one can hit you. Unless you're in a chopper or
It's
something.
hard. It's really hard. Like when you look up, you don't see them, but you hear gunfire.
You hear the gunfire, and you'll hear if they miss you, you'll hear the bullets zing by. So it's pretty scary when you start hearing that noise. You're like, oh crap, sniper! And you gotta run.
I got pretty excited when I heard the gunfire and I oh shit, someone's up there. I go inside the building. So anyway, I see an elevator. Oh shit, you're right. The trailer showed elevator music and shit. So I went inside and I went there, and I saw like a whole squad there, like just
with their backs turned.
With their backs turned, prone,
sniping.
shooting. Yeah, and I knifed 2 people and I left a grenade for the last guy. Because they did not look back. But it was pretty cool that you can go up way high in the building.
How are you finding like the gunplay as compared to Battlefield 3? Because to be honest, I find the gunplay there's not a lot that has been changed really in that.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't see a big difference in terms of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. The gunplay in itself, the sound's perfect. It sounds amazing. In terms of gunplay, though, it feels exactly the same. Yes, I don't see any difference. And even with the vehicles.
Yeah, the tank feels the same. I think the tank feels the same. The choppers are slightly. They feel a little bit easier to fly in the sense they're not as prone to like flipping sideways. At least when I was trying it. And I'm a terrible pilot, so take my word with a grain of.
Yeah, well,
but it felt a little easier.
I figured out.
It felt a little easier.
I figured out, like in Battlefield 2, that I was a horrible, like chopper pilot, so I never touched that stick ever again. But I guess the tanks feel good. The boats feel awesome. Maybe because I have never felt it before, like the power that boats can bring. Because in Battlefield, it's more like a transfer.
Actually, even the new personnel carriers feel a lot beefier than they used to be. You know, like there's the jeeps that you can carry like 5 or 6 troops. And there's,
Oh yeah.
They feel beefier as well. Like I don't know if it's just the perception issue because they look tougher, but it feels that they can take a lot more punishment before blowing up now.
I mean, well, it's a beta. Maybe they'll change it or something like that. But I do remember, like, when you get on an APC, like, you good luck. Good luck.
Get from point A to point B, then get out. You know, that's how it was.
It still feels good though. Like when I literally screamed when I actually I see a helicopter flying like from one building to the next, and then I just do a Hail Mary RPG.
Yeah.
where I think it's going, and it hits. And then you just see 4 like names show up on your screen. And oh, God, I killed 4 in one hit.
Yeah, those are great. Those are fantastic. Even before in BF3, if you're flying a plane, and you know the planes are pretty fast, so you can get from one end of the map to the other. So you know if you're really quick, get the plane right as the map begins, and you fly over to the enemy base. By that time, usually their chopper is just about to lift off, and like,
I know.
And you get like 6 kills for one go.
Yeah, but Battlefield 4 it feels great. I can't say. Have you felt FPS drops? That's the only problem I have.
Yeah, actually, and I've read that's been a common problem. There's been a lot of it's choppy in a way.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not choppy. It's more like the whole game tends to slow down. Like you start moving in slow motion.
At one point, it's like it go from 60.
It's chug
hard.
The right.
It starts to chug hard, and you go from 60 FPS down to 1 for some reason, and it comes back again. I thought it was my graphics card not taking the game.
Yeah, but it's not, right? I turned mine down.
I brought
the same.
Yeah, I brought the game down to the point where it looks horrible. The game that is all low in settings, and I was still getting the chug, so it was definitely not my rig. Which is kind of happy for me because at least I can know that I can play Battlefield 4 in full settings. Like I'm excited for that now.
Do you know if sorry, unrelated, but I know in this particular map it's the Americans and the Chinese.
Yep.
Do you know if they're going to reintroduce the Russians as well, or
maybe it's map dependent?
Because
actually, I don't know. Is that usually based on like the single player? Or I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Battlefield 2 had 3 factions. It was the Chinese, the Americans, and then the Middle Eastern, the undeterminate Middle Eastern faction, right?
Yeah, Middle Eastern. All the above. That's how Americans do it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Chinese, I don't think they've mentioned it yet. But I think they'll be around the same, concept in Battlefield 3 where it's different factions. Because, I don't think China will like it that much. Especially that.
Well, it depends how they are portrayed. I mean, I think a Chinese person would be just as happy to shoot up Americans, right? So, it's more of like, are they really going to be portrayed as like the big bad, or is it just sort of like
Actually, I have no idea. Like, when it comes to story-wise, I don't even know what the fuck the story is for Battlefield 4. I just know that they're going to be in fight.
No one cares about the story anyways, I guess, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but I still want to have one. At least, like, it'll be horrible, but at least, try. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm trying to defend it. It's that hard to defend a single player. Is there another mode for Battlefield 4? I didn't see in the browser, which is fine.
I played. There's domination. The demo only has 2 right now. I'm seeing this domination and conquest.
Domination, yeah.
Conquest and domination. No, is there like a co-op mode? Like just like in Battlefield 3, they're horrible.
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, those co-op missions were really dumb. Actually, like they were so useless. We went through them just to get the guns that you get, but after that we never touched it again.
That was really buggy though, the co-op. There was actually one sequence where it was like a convoy sequence and both our vehicles just dropped from the world. Like we were just falling, and then like my friend who was in the other end of the mic saying, "Are you falling?" Like, yeah, I'm falling. Fuck. And we couldn't pause the game. We couldn't like exit it. I don't know why. We couldn't press start and like exit the match. Couldn't. We had to turn off our PS3s. And it happened like 3 times in a row. So we couldn't progress. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you don't want us to play any of the modes except multiplayer.
But weren't you the one telling me that like the single player portions was done separately by a different
I think that was Miggy, but yeah, I think that's true.
Single player story was done by a different company.
Right.
The one in
right,
4 is
right.
going to be done by DICE, so hopefully it's good.
Yeah,
I
and,
don't-
and actually, Dice has to give them credit, they have some good storytelling. Like if you played Bad Company 1 and 2,
Well, the
they
Bad
have
Company
decent-
ones were hilarious.
I love.
Oh, they
Bad
did.
Company.
They did confirm that they're gonna do Bad Company 3. So it's definitely gonna be like the next one. I'm positive because EA is talking about Bad Company 3 out of nowhere. Because I don't know why people are asking what's next. I don't know who's asking what's next when Battlefield 4 is still right on the corner.
Well, to be fair, Battlefield 4 came pretty soon. I mean, I think Battlefield 3 was what, a year or two old only before.
Battlefield 3 had a proper announcement. Battlefield 4 had a horrible announcement because you find out there's Battlefield 4 through a voucher.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone was also saying like, wait, it's far too soon to be releasing Battlefield 4. Like, you're gonna release the last DLC for BF3, and then 2 months later you have BF4. So.
No, I think even now I think it's too soon for a numbered Battlefield. I think that it felt it'll make more sense if they actually release Bad Company 3 for this year,
I agree.
for next gen.
Yeah.
That'll have been a good
Or,
flow. Because right now
they could have done another era-based Battlefield, like maybe revisit World War II or like go back to Vietnam, because they did one Vietnam game and that was it. And I know a lot of people have been,
actually screw that. I wanted to go back to the future.
2142.
Yeah, do 2140, do 2141 2 or something. I don't know.
2142.
Do a sequel in the future.
Yeah, I remember the one thing about that game I didn't really like was like there's that one mission type when each side had like this giant ship and you had to like get your ass up there to destroy it. Do you remember that mission type in 2142?
No. Like I actually, to be honest, I like the concept of 2141. I didn't like it. I don't know why. I just like the futuristic feel of it, but in terms of the gameplay,
Yeah,
it didn't
and
feel.
there was
That's why I wanted them
some
to
design hiccups there too. Like for example, they released one expansion, right? And there was
only one,
there were some unlocks in that expansion you can get, but you can only unlock them by playing the expansion. So it was so hard to find a server that was running the expansion because like people stopped. It wasn't really that great to begin with. Like the maps themselves weren't too fun. So it was the expansion servers were up for like the first 3-4 months and then Walana. So there's no way you could get those items anymore after that. So.
But I don't think DICE has it in them. I'm not sure because I think DICE is doing 2 big titles already. Well, I'm guessing now 3. Because DICE is doing Mirror's Edge, the remake. They're also doing Battlefront for EA, the new Battlefront 8.
Star Wars.
And now they're talking about Bad Company 3. I think they're just...
Which I'm kind of worried about because like this is basically EA telling them like, oh, DICE is a good brand name. Let's just put their name on everything, and people.
DICE is actually doing really good in terms of rep because they're actually a pretty good developer.
Yeah, but
they created the DICE, the Frostbite.
EA did the same thing with BioWare. Like they basically bought BioWare and slapped their name on everything. And
yeah, and they hey, can you make an online game? Sure. Hey, can you make Miami 3 and then make it a little like so they can hate us and all that? Okay. Can you make Dragon Age 2 more action based so we can then get more hate? Okay, sure. There you go. We have DICE hasn't got to that point yet. To the point that I'm kind of sick of what they're doing. Like, because BioWare, I'm kind of sick of what they're doing. Like, I'm not even excited for like Dragon Age 3. All that. Like, I don't know. But DICE, it seems like they're giving them more creative freedom because they could have easily, like for example, asked them to make an actual sequel to Mirror's Edge, but this is actually just a remake or a reboot. Like we just redo the whole thing all over again. And then Battlefront, I think that's just EA asking, can you please do whatever we did, what we have, because they're the ones who got the rights to make Star Wars games now. And I guess they want to make use of that deal that just happened like recently. And I don't know, I guess when I heard about them going for Star Wars, it kind of made sense, because if ever you want to make another Battlefront game,
They're the best
it's definitely,
candidates to make
I
a,
think it's the best candidate. Yeah,
because it's essentially
it's just
Battlefield with Star Wars.
pretty much. Well, if they put in Luke Skywalker as a kill streak, that'd be hilarious.
A hero character.
A hero character. But yeah, DICE, I think they have a lot going for them right now, and I think they're burning them too much, unless they like it, unless that's what they're asking. But because they're on a good streak right now, so it's cool.
Anyways, any last thoughts on BF4? Like, I'm still pretty hyped up for it. Like, I'm really looking forward to the full release.
Actually, I remember I was mentioning it before. I was excited to get it. It's my day one game. But I've been seeing some new Batman Origins gameplays. I don't know where I am right now. Batman's coming out on October 25, I think, and Battlefield 4 is at October 29. I don't know. Are you still going for Battlefield 4 on day one? I'm not too sure yet. I'll decide maybe a week or two if I want to get that first.
I probably will be going for day one. Like, I mean, I am really liking the beta so far, so I'm looking forward to seeing the other maps. And, I mean, because if you've seen the trailer, a lot of those other maps have other crazy stuff going on. Like, there's that one where there's like a storm, you're fighting in a bunch of islands.
Well, I just want to point out, Lang, that when you're in the water, you can actually now use your sidearm to shoot people. I think it's just amazing.
You can also dive underwater.
You can also dive. Oh, that extra feature.
Hey, it puts you out of their sight for a while.
It does, actually. No, but I love that whole sidearm shoot when you're in the water, because I remember like you were sitting duck in the water.
Yeah, you're sitting duck in the water.
Yeah. Well, Miggy, final thoughts on Battlefield 4?
Don't get it on PS3.
Well, actually, we haven't discussed yet. How is it different on? Like, what's the problem on the console? Is there a problem?
The map is smaller.
Oh,
that's it.
Right.
You can only go up one building. Yeah.
Really?
You can only go up one building.
Really?
The building that you can blow up.
It's actually smaller in the console version.
It was the same with Battlefield 3. The maps had missing areas.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, because the map will scale to the size that the server sets it at. So if you set them,
that's true, because the PC version has 64 players total, and
the PS4 I think only has 24 max. The PS3 version, I mean.
No, I think you only have like 16 against 16.
I think it's even less.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they'll bring themselves down, because I remember in Battlefield it was 16 against 16.
Really? I thought it was
and
12
that
against
was
12. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 12 against 12. You're right. No, I'm sorry. No, Mickey's right. Yeah. It's 12 against 12. I remember that whole 12 number. Saber maxed out. But yeah, I think you're right. It's a smaller map because I don't see like 12 people fighting each other among the other people in the big map.
Yeah, if the map's too big, no one's gonna find. You know, that's the problem.
Yeah, like it makes sense. It's actually a smaller map, but you can only go into the skyscraper. Is that it?
Yeah, the one with point B on it, I believe. That's the only building you can go into. Then ride the elevator up.
Oh man, that's lame. I think there's a couple of buildings we can get in the PC version.
Yeah, but aside from the map sizes being smaller, it's really good. Like, I believe the frame rate is even faster now, because Battlefield 3 had less than 30. This one hits like a little above 30, maybe 40. So like the gunplay feels a bit smoother as well.
How's the controls?
The controls are still. They went with the more Call of Duty style where melee is now R3 instead of R2, and prone is circle instead of whatever Call of Duty style.
Is this beta? How long is this beta gonna last?
I don't know.
Does anybody know?
Maybe a week before release.
Probably a week before release they'll close it off. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play it like every now and then, but that FPS drop in the PC, I hope they fix it, because that's actually, it kind of kills me. Like, is my PC okay? I don't know. Like, I really know like the FPS drop. It's like really.
I'm pretty
severe.
sure it's not your PC though, because I'm having the same issue. So.
No, I know. It feels bad. Like I don't. It kind of ruins it for me. Like it's all smooth. I see particles flying whenever something tries to hit me, and then all of a sudden it starts locking up.
Yeah. Anyways, let's take a break and.
We'll take a break. Next up, we're gonna talk a bit of news and more of a game. So stick around. We'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Hey everybody, we're back. Well, sort of back. We've had some technical issues, net issues, forcing us to not continue the second half. I apologize for that, but things happen. What can we do? So we're gonna cut it short here. We kind of covered a lot, but we definitely wanted to cover more. We wanted to talk more about Path of Exile, the news of Injustice hitting the Vita. A lot more. We had a lot planned for this episode, but the show must go on, and that's why we're releasing this episode half-baked. We want to give you something new this week, and hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll be back again next week for episode 5, and hopefully we won't have any problems, but I doubt we'll have a second row of issues and net problems. So, yeah. We'll see you again next week. But yeah, sorry, we have to wrap things up really early. Thank you, though, for staying with us. For more impressionist news and game reviews, do check out our blog site at www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. You can find the link will be found in the descriptions below. If you have any concerns or suggestions or probably questions you'd like to ask us, do email us anytime at the TMG Podcast at gmail.com. And if you want to see one of our YouTubes or making let's plays, shenanigans, and other stuff, you can check out his TMG blog YouTube channel, and the link will be in the description below. And yeah, that's sadly it for this episode. We'll be back for another one. You guys take care, and peace.